Hello everybody and welcome to my video of me giving Blackberry a nice little spruce up to stop him being a dusty pony. We used the Alva Horse natural grooming products and I will take you through step by step. So these are the main products that we will be using today, which I would usually use on any given show day. So as you can see, Blackberry rather likes rolling around in that dust bath. You can see there's quite a lot of dust along his bottom and in his tail. You can also see where he itches it quite a bit. He also has extremely dusty legs and dirty legs, as you can see. It's funny really, from him being such a dark colour, people naturally think he's clean all the time. But as you can see, it does get deep in there. So what I like to do, as soon as I get him in, I give him a hose off with the shower just to get all the loose grime out before I shampoo. So I just go over his whole body, and as you can see in the water, quite a lot actually comes off of him. So it's quite a handy way of doing things, just to get all the loose stuff out, ready to get into the nitty gritty. And now I'm ready to start. First product is the medicated shampoo. So I pop a small amount onto my scrubbing brush and I lather it up slightly. So yeah, as you can see, I've just popped it back in the water and then give him a really, really good scrub with that and try and get it in really deep. There, look at it all foaming up. We do love a good foaming shampoo. So yeah, I'm really working that in. I do love the medicated shampoo because it does foam up beautifully and give you that real sense of feeling that you're getting them clean. So once I've done the first lot of shampoo, I scrub it in and I will then get hold of the hose, squirt him over just to dampen it up again, and then go over again with my scrubbing brush just to foam up the last little bits and get out any extra mud that's stuck under the fur. Now, as you can see, I do quite like to put rather a lot on. You can also use this shampoo with popping a little bit in a bucket and a sponge and washing them that way. I really do like to see the foam though, so I do just lather it on there. It stops him as well being itchy because Blackberry is quite an itchy horse. So this shampoo sort of soothes the skin. But look at that dirt coming off. Can you see? Look at that. So that's the other side done now. And you can see how much cleaner he looks already. So we're on to the tail. So he gets quite a grimy tail at the top. So I really have to work that in because that also soothes. It's obviously got tea tree in there. So that works in quite nicely. Then just pull it all through to the bottom. Just add a bit of water and wash the residue out. So that makes him nice and clean on the back end as well. And now I move on to his legs where I can still use my scrubbing tool and I can get in there nice and deep to get all the ground mud and dirt out and then just wash off. And as you can see, that's quite dirty there along the side. Get a nice amount of shampoo in, get scrubbing, and then once that's washed out, dirt be gone. And now we're onto his face. I do use a sponge for Blackberry's face because he is a delicate soul, and he doesn't get too dirty up there, so that's not too bad. So now I move on to the main tail and feather conditioner, which I pop in his tail. So I make sure he has a healthy amount going through his whole tail, so it makes it nice and smooth and soft, and I can actually get the brush through the tail. So he's had a nice large amount sprayed in. Once his tail's been brushed through, I just coat him in the Ultimate Coat Gloss Spray on his tail as well, just to give it that extra shine. So we get quite a lot in there. Just try and get every single hair. And then I'll run the brush through again, just to make sure it's all evenly put through. So here we go. So look, you can see just how smoothly that brush runs through his tail now. Whereas before I did struggle and had to take it out piece by piece to brush. So now I'm moving on to the conditioner and coat gloss. After smelling his tail, which I must say smells glorious. But now I am just spraying all 4 of his legs with the conditioner round onto the front. And I will then get my mitt and just rub that down just to make sure it's evenly covered. And then next I spray onto my mitt directly and then just put it onto his neck and his shoulders. I do pop it onto his face and on his bottom. But guys, do remember not to put it where your saddle goes, otherwise you might have a whoopsie daisy. And come flying off the side. So, and we don't want that, do we? I also apply this when he's wet, so his body is still damp here. So yeah, this is going onto a wet body. And then once I've done this, I will leave him to dry. So once his coat's all dry, I move on to the high gloss shine again, which you saw earlier with me putting onto his tail. I then spray onto my mitt with that and just go over the areas I did with the conditioning spray. So across his neck, his shoulders, his bottom and across his face, just to give him that extra shine. And as you can see there, it really is bringing him up really nicely. I also use the mitt just to go down his legs again with the high gloss coat shine, like I have the body, just to give it that extra little bit of shine. So for our final step, we move on to the eye and muzzle highlighter. So you don't need too much of this, so just a few droplets on your hand, rub it across his muzzle, and it just gives them a nice shine to that. As you can see, I didn't quite put enough on, so I'm just putting a little bit more on now. I mean, you can play about with it. You can put as much on as you like. I mean, if you tend to put too much on, the dust will sit on top of it. So you start off with a little bit less and then you can always add more on. And then you just rub it across his eyes and then along his ears. And there you have it. Stunning.